Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics there are only two constants. The first constant in politics is the interest, and that as long as the interest of politicians can converge, they will always work together. And that's why I will never be surprised to see Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto working together. I will never be surprised, for example, to see Raila Odinga working again with William Ruto. As long as the interests are converging, they will always work together. The second constant in politics is normally betrayal, which is normally the order of the day. And from my own estimations, it seems Jimi Wanjigi feels betrayed in Kenyan Kwanza. Because earlier today, a video of Raila Odinga meeting with Jimi Wanjigi emerged online.
Happy New Year. Happy belated birthday, Baba.
And because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, I want us to do a critical analysis and offer you my scenario, the possible theories behind the objective of Jimi Wanjigi and Raila Odinga meeting. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without this support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think was the objective of Raila Odinga and Jimi Wanjigi's meeting? Because let's face it, in 2017, Jimi Wanjigi played a critical role during Raila Odinga's campaign. As a matter of fact, many Kenyans believe that Jimi Wanjigi was the engine or was the main guy who funded Raila Odinga's campaign. The truth of the matter is that most Azimio supporters or most NASA supporters at that time believed that the sword that William Ruto was talking about was actually kept safely by Jimi Wanjigi. And then something happened in 2018 that shaped the politics of this country for good. Raila Odinga entered into some handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta. Jimi Wanjigi was never involved. The truth is, Jimi Wanjigi had a fallout with Uhuru Kenyatta, or was it Jubilee at that particular time? So he found solace in NASA at that time. So when the handshake took place, Jimi Wanjigi became very bitter, angry, and that's why he never supported Raila Odinga. So the biggest question is, what is his interest right now? Because we all know that politics is about interest. And what interest do you think Raila Odinga also has in Jimi Wanjigi? For me, I have the following theories. I think 4 or 5 only. Number one, in my view, I think Jimi Wanjigi and Raila Odinga could be trying to mend fences. And why would they mend fences? One thing that you can't take away from Jimi Wanjigi is that he enjoys a lot of intelligence. I think he must have invested heavily in intelligence because of the kind of money he has. When Jimi Wanjigi was alive, he used to feed Jacob Juma with almost raw data of each and every scandal that was happening in Jubilee at that time. And that's how Raila Odinga was able to put Jubilee at that time on its toes. Because Jimi Wanjigi would feed Jacob Juma would tweet, then the details he would feed Raila Odinga. I'm convinced that currently there are a lot of deals or business deals that are being cut in this government. And Jimi Wanjigi has information about the corruption scandals in this government. So what is he doing? He wants to mend fences with Raila Odinga so that he can launch a serious fight against Kenyan Kwanza government. Was it the other day by Twan where I was reading somewhere where Kenyan Kwanza leaders were actually accusing Jimi Wanjigi of sponsoring the court cases, the ones William Ruto is talking about? You won't be surprised that the individual William Ruto is talking about is none other than Jimi Wanjigi. So maybe these two people want to mend fences so that they can fight this government. So that's the first theory. My second theory is that Uhuru Kenyatta might be trying to consolidate the mountain. And the main reason why Uhuru Kenyatta would want to consolidate the mountain is to try to kick William Ruto out of the mountain. And for him to achieve that, Uhuru Kenyatta needs a strong person who can take William Ruto and Kenyan Kwanza head on. Probably a man with money. I don't know where Mongi Waria went to. I don't know where Kabogo went to. I don't know where Peter Munya went to. Of course, Martha Karua is there. So I think Uhuru Kenyatta is looking for a stable hand. And that stable hand, if you ask me, from the mountain, is none other than Jimi Wanjigi. But Jimi Wanjigi has always had issues with Uhuru Kenyatta. So the only person who can bring them together is Raila Odinga. So I'm seeing Raila Odinga meeting Jimi Wanjigi as part of that attempt to reconcile the two. Because Uhuru is interested in Mount Kenya politics. And I want you guys to take this to the bank. Mount Kenya might actually produce a presidential candidate. And my thinking is that Equity guy, Mwangi, might actually be that candidate. If you listen to his speech recently when he was launching the Wings to Fly, where he was flanked by the governor for Nairobi. So I'm looking at it from that perspective, that ultimately they'll start like this, then they'll prop up someone. The intention is to deny William Ruto Mount Kenya votes. Tunaelewana up to there. If you've enjoyed this video up to that stage, kindly let me know in the comment section. Number 3, and this is why Raila Odinga should be very careful. Jimi Wanjigi might also be on spy mission, infiltration. I strongly believe that in the last election, William Ruto heavily penetrated Azimio. Monica Juma was sitting right at the table where the final decisions were being made. Very few people thought or knew she was actually working for William Ruto. So these guys would meet, information would be relayed. And that's why William Ruto retained her. The truth is, there are many people, including myself, who believe that the brief Jimi Wanjigi had in Azimio after the handshake, the moment he tried to come back, was simple: to try and infiltrate Azimio and get information. And that's why after falling out with Raila Odinga kept him at bay. He tried getting back through Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. As things stand today, Kalonzo Musyoka is probably going to be Azimio presidential candidate. So you can see the link. So Raila Odinga and Azimio in general must be very careful with the way they're dealing with Jimi Wanjigi, unless they're sure Jimi Wanjigi could be a man on a mission to spy. In politics, everybody has a price. Number 4, my 4th theory is that Azimio probably might have learned their lessons. Recently, I offered my unsolicited advice to Azimio, and I want to assume that some of them are listening. I want to try and share that video in the comment. I want to pin it in the comment. In that video, I explained that Azimio needed to bring together reform-oriented team of reform-oriented team, economic team, who would then put Kenya Kwanza on its toe. And in fact, by name, I proposed reaching out to someone like Ekuru Aukot. Because what is he doing outside there if it's not part of Azimio? Bringing such kind of people. I'm looking at I'm looking at this meeting between Jimi Wanjigi and Raila Odinga as an implementation of that proposal. Jimi Wanjigi is so good in understanding the economy. If you've been missing Jimi Wanjigi's text on SPY, especially on the state of economy, then you are missing a lot. He's so good. He understands where Kenya is headed to so well. So maybe Jimi Wanjigi will be tasked with the issue of dealing or explaining to Kenyans the issue of taxation. Then maybe they look for other sectors. I even proposed having team of legal experts to checkmate William Ruto, because William Ruto is going to mutilate the constitution. So it could be their strategy to gather all and scatter none. Because previously, when Uhuru was the president, Raila was very powerful. They believed they were already in power. So they scattered everybody. This time around, they have to gather all of them. And lastly, there's also the possibility that Jimi Wanjigi actually failed in his mission in Kenya Kwanza. He thought by joining Kenya Kwanza, he was going to punish Uhuru. He thought he was going to punish Raila. He thought he was going to get businesses. The truth of the matter is that as things stands today, that's my daughter trying to come in. As things stands today, businesses are gone. This is the third year, no business. Jimi Wanjigi is losing out. So it could be his strategic move to make a comeback into Azimio. Because if anything, what do you think Jimi Wanjigi can lose by opposing Kenya Kwanza? He's going to lose nothing. I don't know what you think. That's my take. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. And also, if you watched it up to this stage, please just mark yourself present in the comment section. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. I think the video is good. Bye-bye.